Okay, welcome to part two. I had a little interruption. We're gonna get started. We got packed questions. Now we at least it was a good test to see if everything was coming clear. So I already watched back the other one to make sure. So I hope you guys can still see me. Our next coming question is pertaining to World War II. Now this is probably gonna be a while, so I figured I'd say this for part two, and there's other good questions coming up too. Now Lex, aka Nat Spending, asked, what's your honest opinion for World War II? Now, I said this in my impressions video to talk about this game, particularly my experiences and stuff. Now, this was before the patch came out for this game that they just released a few days ago this week. World War II is one of the best games I played in a long time, and it takes you back to the old Call of Duty 4 days. Back when you played the game, you got boots on the ground. Now, keep in mind, that's what people ask for, and I'm going to talk about some of the problems that I have with this game that thankfully they already fixed. Now the game is playable, you can enjoy the multiplayer and the Nazi zombies without experiencing any connection problems or anything like that. Let's start with the campaign. The campaign is an awesome story. I think it's amazing. Now, if you played the Infinite Warfare campaign, you would think the characters, the voice acting, the action, the suspense, it keeps you on the edge of your seat when you're playing. You don't know what's going to happen next. It's almost like a space war. You're in a space combat war movie. Now we're on boots on the ground. This is a real war movie almost. You're just watching the characters and all that. And Turner was my favorite character, one of my favorite characters. I loved all the characters, and I really enjoyed the campaign. And one thing that I pointed out particularly, I don't know if some of you guys noticed this, but that female character, Rosu, was one of the first female character that you could play with hands-on for any of the Call of Duty campaigns. I don't know about Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 2, or any of the others, but I started on Call of Duty 4 way back on PS3, the first game that got me into the Call of Duty series before I was a Halo guy. And you can play with a female character for one of the missions in this game, Rosu, for an undercover mission if you played the campaign, and it was amazing. And that was something that they did differently compared to the other campaigns that I played. And I definitely got to say, this is one of my favorite campaigns for sure. I loved Infinite Warfare, but I also love this one even a little bit more than I did for Infinite Warfare. I don't even know what to pick. I'm tired. I would say Infinite Warfare and this campaign definitely takes the cake for me. Definitely. I would definitely put them in the same boat because it's that good. Now let's talk about the multiplayer really fast. Now before they came out with this patch, there was so many problems, and of course the developers should have known the hype behind this. It's a new Call of Duty game, everyone's getting excited, and it's boots on the ground with everyone asked for. No more boost jumping, no more gadgets, advanced technology, jumping, running along these walls, double jumping in the air to dodge bullets and all that stuff. This is what people asked for, and they should have known the hype behind it. And I already knew that the connection was going to be laggy. I knew the connection was going to be really laggy and all types of different things about the game. It was crashing, getting black screens. Now say for example you would go in a match, play the go-to match right now in the game mode, team deathmatch. You want to find a quick game. It doesn't matter, you want to get some kills, just have some fun, kill time, whatever you're trying to do. You jump right in and you complete the match. It doesn't matter how good you do. You went positive, you went double negative or whatever, you barely went negative, or you went even, for example, 15 for 15. It doesn't matter. Now you're stuck on that scoreboard to see your kill death ratios, all the players in the lobby on your team, all that, and the game will crash. And say you're not hosting, for example, you're in someone else's party that they invited you to, and you get a black screen. You'll crash. Sometimes you get blue screens. I was getting blue screens where it said an error had occurred in an application, had to start over from scratch, restart the game completely, close the app out, and then restart, reloading, and try to connect to those servers. And sometimes you would not be able to get back onto those servers. It'll say that the servers are not active at this time. You'll get an error code, and then sometimes you'll just be forever loading, non-stop, and you'll never make it through until you get that error. And then sometimes they'll send you right back to the menu out of nowhere. And those were some of the problems. Also a black screen where you'll never be able to see what's happening. It will never load up. Just like I mentioned, also this new, it will say 4 news on your screen when you try to go to create a class. You can't create a class at all. and then it will also be like some other thing that will come up where you can't customize your class. You can't even see if you got a supply drop. You can't see who got the random supply drop, because sometimes when you get a match and you complete a match, even though if you won or whether or not you won or lost, it doesn't make a difference. Some players get random supply drops. You get maybe 1 or 2 to 3 supply drops, 3 at the max, from random players by just a matter of luck. And sometimes you won't be able to tell if you got a supply drop. And then I don't know from you guys, sometimes it'll take the supply drop away from you. You don't have it anymore. And that was an issue. It took it away from one of you players, one of you guys, when I was playing with you guys in the party. You guys lost the supply drop and it wouldn't show up. And then sometimes you guys couldn't connect to certain people for some reason. And it wouldn't even show everyone online. That was just some of the issues I had with the multiplayer. But those are all gone and settled now for the patch. But those are my only issues. The guns are good, but let's talk about the guns really fast. And then I'll talk about the Nazi zombies and talk about it and get my honest opinions about it. The bar, they just patched that up. That's one of the most overpowered guns. Everyone's using a PPSH. That gun is just really good. It's too good. I think they should have nerfed that as well. They just nerfed the bar, but I also heard that they also made some other changes with the flinching. So if that bar is lighting you up, your character, whoever you're playing, is gonna go up like this, and you won't even be able to have a chance to fight and win a gunfight or anything like that. And I'm glad they nerfed it, but they needed to nerf some other guns as well. The snipers are really powerful in that game. That car, that epic car, everyone's using that. And thinking about World at War, they never used that sniper. That sniper was never that good. And people weren't even really using that type of gun. It was the MP40 as the most popular gun. That gun is really good in the game as well. And here in World War II, that gun is really good as well. So they needed to nerf some other guns like that. The PPSH, the bar, has an already nerfed. The snipers need to be turned down. And then one thing I'm going to notice is that once they start nerfing these other guns, less people are going to start using them. And then whatever they choose to buff, everyone's going to jump on that particular gun. And I can guarantee you, it's the same thing with the characters, regardless of what you play. Buff a character, everyone's going to play it. Nerf them, everyone's going to move to the next character. They're going to stop playing with them. And then they're going to go to the next best thing, because they know they can do good by just using the same gun over and over without any gun variety. See, me, I use the underused guns, underrated guns, guns that people say they suck, that's not very good, like the MP44 from Remaster. Some people say, how can you use that gun? I used it in the original Call of Duty 4. It was pretty good. It's a pretty good gun, even though you can't put any attachments on it. I learned how to use it. Even guns like the Scorpion, really underrated. But that's just my play style for everything else. Sniping is just not my cup of tea. I'm not really good at it. I'm good with everything else though. I don't play with the snipers. I just never will play with them, because out of all the first person shooters I play, I just don't play with them. I just don't play as good with them. Now, other than that, the multiplayer is fun. It's playable now, and the crashing is gone, the freezing issues are gone, the black screen is gone. That's what I was looking forward to. That's what I was looking for. I didn't really care about what they did about the guns, whether they changed them or not. But they still need to turn some of those guns down. Nazi Zombies is really good, scary, and my highest round is round 23. I was playing with some of you guys. That's the highest I've ever gotten in a zombies game, because it's tough to stay alive, and these zombies are a lot more vicious in the game. But honestly, this game I definitely got to recommend it. If you're on the fence to getting this game for Christmas, we're 24 days away from Christmas, get this. I recommend it. Try it. If you are a multiplayer person, and you'll definitely like the multiplayer. If you like zombies, if you're just a straight up zombies player, you'll love the zombies mode. Try to get the Easter eggs, stay alive, get the wonder weapons, pack a punch each weapon, see what they like. Find whatever clues that you can get. Try to get as far as you can get in the game. You'll enjoy the zombies. In the campaign, superb game modes, all 3. Really amazing game modes. And whatever you like, whatever you prefer, campaign, multiplayer, or just zombies only, or maybe 2 of each, multiplayer in this campaign, or maybe the campaign and zombies. You're going to like something in this game, for sure. So I definitely got to say I recommend it. It's a good game. I don't care about winning all the time, getting play of the game or anything like that. I don't. Whether I win or not, it doesn't matter. If I win, if I get to play the game, so be it. But I'm just not these other players raging, getting every time you get killed and die over and over and over and over. There's always going to be someone better than you in these games, and there's always going to be someone who put more time than you in these games, and more skill, maybe knows the guns, the best guns and whatnot, what to do, head glitches and stuff, the best places to camp and whatnot. There's always going to be those type of players, and you can't get away from the camping. So of course there's going to be campers and stuff. I haven't seen not one person go for the tactical nuke yet, get the nuke yet, but I'm sure there's probably already people out there who've gotten it already. I don't think I'm going to probably go for it if I don't want to. If I really want to try and go for it, I use the overpowered guns, PPSH, the bar, or the MP40. But honestly, just to answer your question, Lex, this game is really good. I love it. I recommend it to anyone out there on the fence to getting it this holiday season. Go ahead and get it. And if you guys get it, let me know and we'll play. I'll invite you guys to pick you up for some game modes. And that'll be it. I know I probably went a good few minutes there, but I just had to kick it off for that because once I saw the question. He asked about a Christmas special and the upcoming vlogs. I don't know what for sure I'm going to do for Christmas special, but for as for the upcoming vlogs, I had listed them here. The PlayStation experience is coming up. I think, is it this week or is it probably the next week? I have to see and find out. And also we have our Game Awards 2017, so those will be the upcoming vlogs for this year. But those are it for his questions. For Christmas special, maybe I'm probably thinking about just playing with you guys for online multiplayer, for Call of Duty WWII, Overwatch, several different games, Fortnite, and just do it that way. But I'm not really too sure yet. But that's basically everything for the upcoming vlogs for the month of December. Game Awards, reactions, and recap, and then also the PlayStation experience recap vlogs. So Beast asks, how do you make it entertaining videos and make people's day? I don't know. I just be myself. I talk to you guys on different social media platforms, one-on-one, get to know you guys. I don't know any other YouTuber out there that does that, but I have people on my PSN list. I respond to comments. I help people out. I'm there for some of you guys. I'm not gonna name drop for things that you guys go through on a daily basis. If you guys are having a bad day, something happened, you lose a loved one, I'm there for them. There for some of you guys out there. And I respond to messages, get to know you guys, talk about all types of different things out there. And I feel like I have a connection with some of my fan base and the fans. I read the comments out loud during the streams. I do that and answer questions that they may have. If people that are new to the stream, I welcome them to the stream. And if they're trying to find someone to play, I don't care about their age, how they look, or anything like that, wherever they're from. I don't care if they have to be good at the game. I end up inviting them anyway, just for the fun of it, and they're always welcome to play. And I don't think anyone else does that really like I do. Add fans, include them in the videos, get to know them, talk to them, not even just in the comments or the stream chat in particular, or I just talk to them outside of it, find out about them, talk to them about anything. And I'm there for them. And I feel like I have a connection with my fans. I definitely don't want to lose that connection. I'm definitely trying to build bridges with you guys, and I feel like I have. And there's plenty more that have come along the way. And I'm happy, I'm thankful because of you guys. And I wouldn't want to stop. And that's something I can definitely say I love about this as well. The connection and the bond I have built with some of you guys out there, outside of just the comments and the stream chat. I even talk to you guys in the party chat too. Even when I'm not playing or recording, I still take the time out to play with you guys and hang out and have fun. But I think that also has something to do with the game, something to do with making people's day, making them feel good, and being there for them and having fun. And with the entertaining part, I didn't expect to be entertaining because I'm not good at making jokes. I don't try to make jokes at all because I know I'm not a comedian. I'm not good at that. I just be myself, laugh, and have fun. And I think that also has something to do with it. And just be me, and my personality definitely has that effect on some of you guys out there. And I think that plays a major part in it as well. So I hope that answers your question. I Walk on Water asks, which is better, Outlast 1 or Outlast 2? Now, I played these games out of order. I played Outlast 2 first when I got the PlayStation 4. I didn't expect to play the game. I didn't know if it was going to be scary. It definitely turned out to be scary. And I experienced both games. I have the playlist on the channel if you guys want to check it out. Outlast 2 was definitely scary in my opinion. The only thing scary about Outlast 1 was that doctor. The big guy, I forgot his name. I'll just say the big guy. The big guy was not scary at all. He didn't seem to be scary, but the only time he scared me was when I was in the room. I ended up cornering myself. I was trying to hide under the bed, and he followed me right into the room and pulled me right under the bed. I think he was. He did. I think he did. Or did he destroy the bed? I forgot what he did. That's the only part that I found scary about him for the big guy. But the doctor was the scariest part from Outlast 1. But for Outlast 2, I gotta pick that. I'm gonna pick Outlast 2. I like personally both the games, but I would definitely say Outlast 2 was the scarier game because Marta seemed very scary with that giant scythe chasing you, and then the theme that would play. It was so dark, and even that guy, the big guy, and then it was the guy on his shoulders. I forgot his name. I forgot their names. Those guys were kind of scary too, and they would pick you off with those arrows from afar when you were trying to run. I had some trouble there. And then also when you're trying to hide from the one girl in the sewers, I think it was. When the underground sewers, when the power was out and you didn't have too much light. And I think that game really turned out to be a little bit scary. And especially every time you would go into the school, when you hallucinate into the school seemed like it was scary. It seemed like someone was down the hallway waiting for you, just probably standing there. That one creature that would chase you, and you get that heart rate trying to escape them. All that stuff. I think Outlast 2 had more scare factors than Outlast 1. But I wouldn't probably be able to compare the two when it comes to the gameplay. But just Outlast 2 seemed to just scare me a lot more than the first one. So I gotta pick the second one. Some of you guys might think differently. That's fine. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments if you want. But I ended up playing them out of order, and I just thought it was a lot scarier. And to be honest, I got confused from the story, from the ending. I didn't really understand the ending from the second one. And reading all those notes, I was reading every single note from the first and second one. I was getting confused from the story, but I know who we were looking for, what the objective was, and all that stuff. But I just didn't really understand the story. It had its gory moments, gruesome stuff that I didn't expect. But Outlast 2, I gotta pick that game. Jav Kid asked, do you plan to do a lot more on Twitch, and do I plan on making any new shirts in the future, and planning to have a meetup at some point? I would love to have a meetup at some point, but I don't feel like I'm up there yet. I would love to do that in the future. That would be amazing to meet you guys one-on-one, face-to-face, hang out with you guys, and get to know you guys even more from there. And then I think that would be pretty sweet, a pretty cool experience, something I would love to do one day. But I'm not even up there like that. Sure, I've come a long way, but I still have ways to go. Jav, I have a lot of ways to go. But I'm going to keep pushing. I'm still going to keep going and pushing onward forward. And I would love to do that one day and meet not just you, but many others around the world who'll be willing to meet up with me and face to face, or just like a meetup like some of these other guys do out there. I would love to be up there one day, but I have ways to go. Now, for Twitch, I definitely plan to, for sure. I've been on here lately for all these videos and different playthroughs and checking out games. Like, streaming was a new experience for me, and I didn't know, I was still nervous, even though I'm not nervous right now for these type of videos. Streaming was something different, and it was something to get into this year. It was a goal of mine for the first time to get into it and try it out, see what it's like, see how I like it. It's definitely a new experience, a lot of fun, and I definitely plan on to do more on Twitch for sure in this upcoming year of 2018. Now for the shirts, I need more art. Maybe I'll probably do try to get. Some people actually made some designs for me for some of my characters. I have a Kung Lao design that someone it's me as Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat. I don't know if some of you guys would probably want that, but of course I'm gonna have to get permission to do that, because it's not my design. Someone actually made that for me, and I want to definitely find out if it's okay with him. I'm also gonna need some different art designs, maybe some of my catchphrases. There might be some cool ideas for t-shirts, but I would definitely love to do that too. Cool catchphrases from mine. That you guys are probably like, and you might find cool to see on a t-shirt, all types of stuff. But those are some good ideas out there for catchphrases and different maybe things that people might want to see on a t-shirt. Jesus Vera asks, do you play on PC? And he asks my favorite RPG games. I have a couple of them right here, and I'm gonna name some of them as well. And he also asked about my setup and my microphone and that I use, etc., etc. I'm gonna check the time real fast. It's already 20 minutes. Dang. See, I knew I was gonna be longer than expected, but I should be able to finish in part 3 for sure. It's gonna be 3 parts. I'm gonna answer this really quickly. This shouldn't even take too long. PC, I'm not a PC gamer. I never played on PC. Games I would like to play on PC, maybe possibly League of Legends, Team Fortress 2 for sure. Team Fortress 2. I don't know any other good PC games that you guys like playing out there that's popular. I never played Smite. I know some people out there play that. Minecraft, etc. But I don't play on PC. I've always been a console gamer. I've been a console gamer ever since I first got into video games. And just to share with you my favorite RPG games that I have brought up here. I was playing this last night. I'm close to the end here. I'm a huge Disgaea fan. I played all of them. It was 4 other games before this. And this is the first Disgaea that ever came out for next gen for PS4. The rest of them were for old gen and older platforms like PS2 and under. Now I'm playing this one. I'm close to the end. I'm really enjoying this one. This was really good. And I'm loving the characters, the story, and all the different personalities that they have, and find out each individual character about their netherworlds. So you have to travel to each character's individual netherworld to save them and get these magical spears. I'm not done with the game yet, but I'm really enjoying this. This is one of my favorite RPG series. And then I brought up Final Fantasy X. It's one of my all-time favorite RPG games. I love the character. Tidus is one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters, for sure. I was playing this but on the channel, but it was freezing. It froze when I was going to get on the ship for said ship, and I had to discontinue the playthrough. So that's why I ended up playing Sly 2 Band of Thieves in its place. And just because I didn't expect it to be freezing, I went the extra mile to beat it 100% for Sly 2, getting all the clue bottles, all the moves for the characters for Sly, Bentley, and Murray. Still have videos of that to post up. And there's some other RPG games I have to throw out there. I have Chrono Trigger. You can't see it. It's somewhere on one of these posters here. I think it's on my front door. My Chrono Trigger. That's one of my favorites. Final Fantasy VII is another good one that I like. The Tales of series. I don't know if you heard of that. The Tales of Graces, Tales of Symphonia. All those different Tales of games out there. I just played Tales of Zestiria recently. I love that game and many other games out there. Pokemon. It's an RPG still because you have to grind characters. One of my favorite Pokemon, Pikachu, and those are some of my favorites also. But it's so many good ones out there I want to play that I have not experienced. Cross Edge that I loved, that really got me into it for PS3. It got a 3 out of 10, but it was because the person didn't know how to play the game and didn't understand the story and rushed through the game. But I have to throw that out there. And my setup really fast. I have this back here. This is the camera that I'm using right now. It's the JVC HD Evro GZ E10 camera. I'll turn it around this way so you probably can see it. This is the camera I'm using right now for this Q&A. And then my microphone for PS4, I'm using earbuds. Here they go right here. You connect them to your controller. And then my game capture card, my HD PVR 2. For when I'm doing like games like those Sly 2 videos you see out there, that's what I'm using to record it instead of my camera. And then when I do the voiceovers, my PlayStation 9 microphone. And it's also a webcam, but you can't use it for PS4. So that's my whole setup. That's it for part 2. I'm going to come back for part 3. Got tons more questions. I should be able to wrap it up and be done there for this Q&A. We got a lot of good questions coming up, multiple questions coming up, so I went long. I knew I was going to go longer for World War II, but I'll be back with part 3 for the Q&A.